Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular council meeting for July 8th, 2025. I'd like to remind members of the public and gallery during the council meeting to adhere to the conduct set forth in the council procedural bylaw and displayed near the entrance of council chambers. I'll call the regular meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Beginning with land acknowledgement, Blackfalds Town Council acknowledges that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting ground, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. Has council had a chance to review the agenda for tonight's meeting? Are there any additions or deletions? Councillor Appel.
Thank you. I would like to remove from the consent agenda the adoption of minutes from June 24th, 2025, please.
Thank you. And administration, we have one change apparently for our addition.
Yes, can we add under 6.7 the Bentley Days Parade invite?
Thank you. So Bentley Day Parade 6-7, the approval of June 24, 2025 minutes under 6.8. Any further exemptions? Can I get a motion to adopt the regular agenda as amended, please? Councillor Sands.
I'll move to accept the regular agenda as amended.
Thank you. All in favor? That is unanimous. Can I ask for a motion to adopt the consent agenda as amended, please? Deputy Mayor Coulter.
I move to accept the consent agenda as amended.
Thank you. All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you. And moving on, we do have a public hearing for bylaw 1329.25 being 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting. The following public hearing is held pursuant to the Municipal Government Act. The following rules of conduct will be followed during the public hearing. Presentation should be brief and to the point. The order of the presentation shall be the entry of the written submission, comments from the Planning and Development Department, those supporting the bylaw, those opposing the bylaw, and any person deemed to be affected by the bylaw. The public hearing purpose is to receive comments from any interested parties on the proposed land use bylaw amendment to redistrict 5401 and 5403 South Street. I hereby declare the public hearing relating to bylaw 1329.25 open.
The purpose of bylaw 1329.25 is to amend the land use bylaw to redistrict Lot 1 and Lot 2, Block 5, Plan 132-0650 from Industrial Heavy District to Industrial Light District. First reading was given to bylaw 1329.25 on May 13th, 2025. Notice of this public hearing was advertised in accordance with Section 606 of the Municipal Government Act and the Town of Blackfalds Public Notification Bylaw and Public Participation Policy. A complete advertising listing is included in the public hearing report before you. The written submissions and comments received to date are also included in the public hearing report before you.
Thank you. Are there any late written submissions relating to the bylaw?
There are not.
Are there any comments from the Planning and Development Department?
There are none.
Is there anyone who supports the bylaw and wishes to speak? Is there anyone who opposes the bylaw and wishes to speak? Is there anyone deemed to be affected by the bylaw and wishes to speak? Any further comments from Planning and Development Department?
Mover.
Thank you. Do councillors have any questions? Seeing nothing further, I hereby declare this public hearing relating to bylaw 1329.25 to be closed at 7:04. We have no delegation. Moving on to business items. Beginning with business item 6.1, request for decision on bylaw 1329.25 being 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting, second and third readings.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Hoover, members of council. As we just heard, the bylaw before you is to change the zoning of the two parcels that are just west of the bottle depot along South Street from the current heavy industrial district to light industrial. The purpose of this redistricting application is because the landowner wants to build a warehouse storage site, which is not a listed use in the heavy industrial district. However, it is a listed use in the light industrial district. This property is governed by the Blackfalds Industrial Area Structure Plan. The original intent of that area structure plan was to have this area as light industrial. So we deem that this application is in conformance with the spirit and intent of the area structure plan. Light industrial also provides for a more compatible separation with the residential uses to the north. With all that said, the administrative recommendation before council is that council gives second reading to bylaw 132925, 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting as presented. And a second motion before you is that council give third reading to bylaw 132925, 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting as presented. We welcome any questions.
Thank you. Questions or comments for Manager Tickle? Thank you. Seeing none, we do have two recommendations before us. Councillor Schwab.
I'll move that council give second reading to bylaw 1329.25, 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting as presented.
Thank you. Debate or discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you. Councillor Sands.
I'm prepared to move that council give third reading to bylaw 132925, 5401 and 5403 South Street redistricting as presented.
Thank you. Debate or discussion? Call the question. All in favor? And that passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to 6.2, being the request for decision for Aspen Community Garden relocation.
Thank you, Worship and Council. The Aspen Community Garden was first opened in the spring of 2012, and it consists of 37 rentable plots. At the February 5th, 2025 Recreation, Culture and Parks Board meeting, the Parks and Facilities Manager presented to the board the opportunity to relocate the Aspen Community Garden to Willow Park. Administration requested the community's feedback through a survey and a public open house, which was held on April 30th, 2025. The results from that open house and survey were presented to the Recreation Board on May 7th. And then we brought this item to the June 16th Standing Committee meeting, where Council referred the Aspen Community Garden relocation back to administration for further review. So following the recommendation of the RCP Board and the direction of the Standing Committee of Council, administration proposes to retain the Aspen Community Gardens at their current location for the 2026 season, but to change the orientation of the Aspen Garden to run east-west and add a Willow Park Community Garden. And that would we begin that process this summer and fall. And the Willow Park Community Garden is scheduled to open in 2026. In order to do all this, we would be looking at changing the orientation of the Aspen Community Garden. So the West and Center Gardens currently would be closed for 2026, and plots A26 to A35 and the raised garden beds would be open for the 2026 season. In that following season of 2027, the East Garden would close, and we would have 12 plots rentable for that season at Aspen. And then in the 2028 season, the full garden would be open with 20 plots at Aspen Garden and 20 plots at Willow Park, which would be expandable to 30. So we have $30,000 for soil replacement this year in our budget, and I think we have all the information in there, but if you have any questions, we have an administrative recommendation down below.
Councillor Schwab.
I really thank you for listening to what council had discussed, because it was a very long discussion. And I think this is very fair, because at least we're keeping the spots open in Aspen as well as opening in Willow. So I do appreciate that.
Councillor Dennis?
Does this plan on Willow still include removing those trees that are there?
There would be one tree that I believe is currently dead that would be removed. But where it's located, I don't believe there are any trees in that area. There might be an addition down the road on the east side of Willow in the future, but I don't think there would be a removal of any trees, as far as I know.
Okay, because at the open house, there was kind of talk of trees going to be gone.
Yeah, with the location of it where it is now, I don't believe there's any trees except for that one dead one that's going to be affected.
And does this still have quite a bit of space that the kids can still play catch and stuff?
Yeah, more so probably to the north and right by the outdoor rink that's there. That would be more the open spaces that they would play. But this area was used a lot for where kids would play as well. So it mainly moved to the north. There's still a lot of space there, we feel. So
I noticed driving by there when they're playing catch where those proposed garden beds are. There's no risk of hitting houses or kids at the playground and whatnot?
no, it would be about the same risk as where they were playing before. And there's still, I wish I could expand the map here, but where that oval is still pretty fair distance from where the houses are. So.
And one other question. So 20 large plots and future of 30 plots. Is the 20 large plots the same size as what was first proposed?
Yes. It's the current size that we offer right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Councillor Sands?
Yeah, through the chair to Director Krekel, which I thank you too as well. You and the department for listening to council to try to keep that Aspen open as much as possible. So I really appreciate the work you guys put into this and the thoughts. And I know it's difficult with the team when they're trying to do work around that area, and I hope this definitely helps them in the long run as well to make it easier for everybody. But I'm in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to agree. I think this is consistent with the feedback that at least was given to me at the public open house. And just so I know it says that the Willow Park work is in the 2025 work plan. Is that off season, out of season that work will occur, or is that something that will?
Sorry, it would start in the summer and fall. So
It'll start this summer.
Yeah, this summer.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I'm in support of this as well. Thank you for the work put into this. I think it makes sense. I was a little bit questioning why it was that big a challenge. I know it's time. That's the big thing with staffing, but you guys we've got good equipment. Digging holes is a fun project in the end. So I'm glad that this is something that we can add value to the community and not take away something that's already valued by some members of the community. Thank you. So we do have recommended motion unless there are more questions. Councillor Schwab.
I'll move that council approve a new community garden at Willow Park and the future reclamation and realignment of the Aspen Community Garden as presented.
Thank you. Is there any debate or discussion on that motion? I call the question. All in favor? And that is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to 6.3, request for decision on the Network for Decentralized Cooperation and Sustainable Development, Central Alberta Delegation.
Thank you, Council. At the June 16th, 2025 Standing Committee of Council, a discussion was held on the request that was received from the RC3D regarding the African Mayor's delegation to Central Alberta, which is July 24th to 25th. The letter was referred back to administration to seek additional information. Mayor Hoover met with representatives from RC3D to clarify what they would be requesting from the town of Blackfalds. The request was to have council provide a letter of support for the African delegation to visit Central Alberta, as well as having town representatives join them for meetings in Red Deer with the Chamber of Commerce on July 24th, and the assistance of setting up tours of various facilities within the Blackfalds and Macomb County, and on July 25th, followed by a meeting in Red Deer with Mayor Ken Johnston. As there is potential for economic trade through this delegation, administration recommends that a letter of support be provided for the African delegation, and that council, along with the economic development officer, take part in the activities that are being requested. We do have a recommendation that is listed below, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that council may have, or ask the mayor, since he had the discussion.
Councillor Bell.
Thank you. Through the mayor or for the mayor or CAO Isaac. So as businesses within the town of Blackfalds fall under the Lacombe District Chamber of Commerce now, my question is, have we notified them to also potentially be included in these meetings, or do we know if they've been invited at all? It's as a town, we have closer ties to the city of Lacombe due to our size and proximity, considering we're in the same county, than we do with the city of Red Deer, especially with the city Chamber of Commerce. As a delegate of our previous Blackfalds Chamber of Commerce, and in having meetings with both Red Deer and Lacombe to see where we were going to fit, it was made pretty obvious to us that Red Deer was not going to be an option due to county lines, etc. So I'm just wondering how that would really work without the Lacombe Chamber being involved.
Yeah, thank you. Good question. So I guess to add to that, it was a little bit short notice, this request. So one of the main reasons why we contacted this organization, and it had just happened to be, we had difficulty getting a hold of them. I happened to run into the organizer at Canada Day in Red Deer. And what we wanted to clarify was what they were looking for, and if there was anything that we could do that would be redundant. So the reason why the Red Deer Chamber is included in this is because that's one of the visits for this that was previously organized. So and it was simply a request that we piggyback on that. I think just with the time constraints, we're hesitant to try and reach out to multiple organizations to try and pull anything together. It was emphasized to me that the intention is that this is an annual visit. So this would be in some ways, just a test of how well that goes. And in the future, there probably will be opportunities for us to include Lacombe and the Chamber of Commerce. I think the only reason why the Chamber of Commerce in Red Deer was involved is because some of the tours they're looking at involved some heavy industrial that they had connections with. Otherwise, it would have just been the city. We reached out to Lacombe County because specifically some of the tours that they are looking for would be rural at this point. Okay. So long answer for really a short reality is that it came quickly. They had limited requests at this point. Our involvement is going to be fairly limited, just taking part and then organizing, I think, 2 or 3 quick tours next year. If this it happens again, I'm hoping that administration will be aware that this is likely something that we could extend to the city. I agree. Our Chamber of Commerce would benefit from this.
So thank you for that explanation and clarification. So then my only thought, I wouldn't want the Red Deer Chamber to think that we're stepping on their toes or now involving ourselves in something that technically we're not. I know the invite didn't come from them. It came from this delegation. So perhaps before the meet, I would think that maybe a phone call to the Red Deer Chamber just to make sure to let them know that we've been invited by the delegation and we plan on sending delegates and representatives. sorry, like our own, like the EDO and whoever else decides to go. I think just so that there's no surprise day of like, hey, town of Blackfalds, why are you here? That's just my only thought.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly don't know what I think part of this letter of support is the organizer wanted that support, and then he was intending on reaching out to the chamber and the city of Red Deer to let them know that he's asked Blackfalds to be involved in this. I think in the long run we'll have our own piece of this and not piggybacking on the city. But I think if they're not opposed to it, I think there's always power in regional collaboration. And I think based on the discussion that I had with them, the amount of trade that they're looking at doing is not something that the town of Blackfalds is capable of doing on its own. And I don't even think it's something that the city and the county of Red Deer is capable of. That it was anecdotally, they're talking about hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars worth of trade with central Alberta, perhaps. So outside of, I think, what we could do on our own, I think we're lucky to have a piece of this just to introduce our region and our community. But I feel like it's going to grow beyond that from this year. This year, we're just simply being asked to have a visibility in this for the future.
Okay.
But certainly,
No, that-
anything beyond that we can extend to others, I would be happy to do.
And that's, I'm totally fine with the letter of support and everything we were planning on doing. My only thought was maybe we should just be giving the Red Deer Chamber a heads up that we've been invited and we plan on going. And also, I don't know how large the meeting is that they've planned with the mayor of Red Deer, but just to make sure someone has a heads up that we're coming.
I agree with you. And unfortunately, our EDO comes from that neck of the woods,
Yes.
and he's got good connections. So I think he's already reached out to Lacombe County, I believe. And I would imagine that if he hasn't connected with the chamber, that he could easily do that. And if you feel that something in the letter should indicate that, I'm happy. Or if you want to add to the resolution that we reach out to the chamber just to give them heads up, I would say that's reasonable.
Yeah. I don't know that it needs to be part of the resolution. I think it's just more a courtesy call or a quick email just to say, hey, heads up, we were invited, just so you know we're.
And with that, again, I would be happy if you had we're giving support for a letter, or we're doing a resolution supporting a letter of support. If you wanted to just add that the administration reaches out.
Okay.
We can have, I can have Justin talk with Peter to reach out to those.
I appreciate the feedback. Again, this sounded like a great opportunity, and it was really surprising to me that it's come this late. But we will be having correspondence with that organization to try and tighten up what's happening there. And I will certainly give feedback to everyone once this is organized and done. Any other questions? Great comment. Love the opportunity though, so I would be happy to promote our community through this initiative. So seeing that, do we have someone that's happy to make a recommendation or the recommended motion? Councillor Sands.
I'll move that council authorize the mayor to send a letter of support on behalf of the town of Blackfalds, on behalf of Blackfalds Town Council to RC3D for the African Mayor's Delegation to Central Alberta, and to designate the mayor and economic development officer to attend the engagements that have been planned for Central Alberta for July 24th and 25th, 2025.
Thank you. Debate or discussion on the motion? All in favor? Thank you. Unanimous. Item 6.4, request for decision on the Standing Committee of Council meeting cancellation request.
Thank you, Council. The 2025 council meeting schedule includes a standing committee council meeting scheduled for Monday, July 14th. Upon review of the upcoming agenda and consultation with administration, it has been determined that there are no pressing items requiring council's attention. In accordance with the Municipal Government Act and the town's council procedural bylaw, council may cancel a scheduled meeting if there is insufficient business to warrant convening Administration has confirmed that there are no time-sensitive items that are pending for the July 14th Standing Committee of Council meeting. And with that, administration is recommending that the July 14th, 2025 Standing Committee of Council meeting be canceled. Canceling this meeting would allow administration to focus on preparation for the next regular council meeting.
Thank you. Questions, comments? A motion. Deputy Mayor Coulter.
I move the council formally cancels July 14th, 2025 Standing Committee of Council meeting and direct administration to post notice of the cancellation.
Debate or discussion? All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to 6.5, request of a decision regarding the Westerner Days kickoff luncheon.
The Westerner Park Board of Directors is hosting the Westerner Days Kickoff Luncheon on Wednesday, July 16th, 2025, starting at 12:30. There will be a special guest honoring Honorable Danielle Smith, the Premier of Alberta. This is a unique opportunity to engage with business and civic leaders to celebrate the start of Westerner Days. On July 3rd, 2025, an invitation was received for Mayor Hoover and/or Council to attend the Westerner Days Kickoff Luncheon that is scheduled to take place on Wednesday, July 16th, 2025 at 12:30. There's no financial implications, and the administration recommendation is that council designate a dignitary to attend the Westerner Days Kickoff Luncheon, which will take place on Wednesday, July 16th, 2025.
Thank you. Questions? I know I am available. Happy to attend this. Councillor Pell.
Thank you. I'm also available to attend. If we can send more than one.
I can send you that link. You can register for that. Thank you. Okay, with that, Councillor Schwab.
I'll move that council designate Mayor Hoover and Councillor Pell to attend the Westerner Days Kickoff Luncheon, which will take place on Wednesday, July 16th, 2025.
Thank you. Debate or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. It's unanimous. Moving on to 6.6, request for decision regarding Alex Day Parade 2025.
So the Alex and District Chamber of Commerce is hosting its annual Alex Days Parade on Saturday, August 16th, starting at 10 a.m. On July 3rd, an invitation was received from Mayor and/or Council to attend the Alex Days Parade 2025 that will take place on Saturday, August 16th at 10 a.m. Funds are allocated annually for parade candy and the use of the town's golf cart float. And the administrative recommendation is that council designate a dignitary to attend the Alex Days Parade 2025 that will take place on Saturday, August 16th, 2025.
Thank you. Comments? I think Councillor Sands.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else is interested, but I am interested in Alex. No one else is. I did go, I think this will be my fourth one there, I believe. And yeah, it's really enjoyable, and I'd be happy to represent the town in Alex on that day. Thank you.
Anyone else? I'm happy with that. Someone like to make that a motion? Councillor Dennis.
I move that we designate Councillor Sands to attend Alex Day Parade 2025. That'll take place on Saturday, August 16th, 2025.
Debate or discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to 6.7, being the Bentley Days Parade for 2025.
So an invitation was received on July 4th, I'm going to say 2025, for Mayor and/or Council to attend the Bentley Days Celebration Luncheon and Parade that will take place on August 8th, 2025. Again, parade candy and the use of the town's golf float are included in the budget. And with that, just asking for council to designate a dignitary to attend the Bentley Days Parade.
Deputy Mayor Coulter.
excuse me, I'd like to put my name forward to attend the Bentley Day Parade if no one else is interested.
Excellent. Councillor Pell.
Thank you. I move that Deputy Mayor Coulter attend the Bentley Days Parade on August the 8th, 2025, on behalf of the town of Blackfalds.
Thank you.
Just a quick comment that I will need a vehicle.
Thank you. I call the question. All in favor? And that is unanimous as well. And then finally, moving on to 6.8, the minutes, approval of the minutes for June 24th, 2025. Councillor Pell.
Yes, thank you. There was just an adjustment that needed to be required to those minutes. Resolution 173/25, the request for decision on the Planet Youth Initiative was carried, not carried unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments, questions? We have a motion to adopt those minutes as amended. Councillor Pell.
Thank you. I move to adopt the minutes of Tuesday, June 24th, 2025 as amended.
Thank you. All in favor? And that is unanimous. Thank you. And that is the end of our business items. There's no notice of motion. We do have one confidential item, so I will put us into recess for 5 minutes at 7:31. Thank you.